Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacy if you're new here, and today's video is going to be week 2 of my marathon training. Before I get started, let me introduce myself. I am a Dream Vacations travel advisor, and I specialize in cruises, Disney parks, group trips, and all-inclusive resorts, and all of that information will be linked down below. Today I am doing a run in the Runna app. It is 1 kilometer repeats, so I'm starting off with a 1 mile conversational pace. It says no faster than 3.94 because you can toggle whether you're going to be running it outside or on the treadmill. And then repeating times 2 is 0.62 miles at 3.5 speed, which is about 17-minute mile pace. So pretty slow. It says not to do more than 3.1 to 3.9. So I'll see how I feel in terms of like how fast I want to go, because this is kind of a speed-ish interval kind of run, and then 120-second walking rest, so a 2-minute rest between 0.62 mile, which is a kilometer, and then ending off with a 0.9 mile, so almost a whole mile at a conversational pace or slower. So around what I started with, I will cool down with as well. And I'm going to be doing my mobility and abs today as well. So after last week, I definitely pushed or pulled myself back. I don't know. I made sure I got my 2 or 3 runs in, but I didn't really do anything else, and I do miss having at least 1 lift. I'm pretty excited for week 2 of training for a marathon, and I think I said last week, my main goal is to just get 3 runs in every single week for the first 4 weeks. So this week is week 2, so I'll have 3 more weeks of at least getting my 3 runs a week in before I really start adding in too much more, just to keep it a habit. So if for some reason tomorrow I don't feel super up to doing a strength training workout, that's okay, but I probably will, to be honest, because I do miss lifting weights and doing something else other than just running. So, and I think my body really does like all the movement, because I do sit a lot between editing and then I drive around a lot for work delivering. So I think having that extra movement in the gym is my body really, really likes. So I don't want to do too much too fast, because I get in the habit of doing way too much and then never sticking to it. So I'm trying to incorporate a little bit at a time so that I'm not overdoing it. And also, another one of my goals is to make sure I'm fueling my body well for the runs and just in general. So I've been trying to pay closer attention to how much carbs I'm eating, and I'm eating at my maintenance calories because I'm only doing 3 runs a week, and for the first 4 or 5 weeks I'm not doing any crazy miles. Majority of it's going to be between like 2 and maybe 4 miles at the most, and then like from week to week I may not do more than like 15 miles a week total. Definitely eating at maintenance is going to be helpful, even if I'm not going to go for a run that day, and just make sure my body is fueled. And then once I start doing long runs, I'll start adding in gels and something else and whatever else I need depending on how I feel, what I'm doing, and where I'm running, so, and how long I'm running. But for now, that's a later thought. For now, I'm just running in the gym because it is currently 94 degrees outside, and I really do not want to run outside. Just not gonna do it, not into it. I have some electrolytes as well, because I do still sweat in the gym, so I want to make sure I'm replenishing those electrolytes while I'm in there. And yeah, I think that's literally all I got for yapping here. I'm not sure how much I will record my mobility and abs portion of my workout today. Just depends on where I end up in the gym and if I feel comfortable pulling out my camera, because I don't do that very often. I'm trying to get comfortable, but I don't do it very often, but yeah. So hopefully you don't mind the in the car chats before and after my run sessions, my gym sessions for now. Maybe after some time I'll be more comfortable pulling out my camera, or I just don't care and just do it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. I literally finished eating my lunch about an hour and 15 minutes ago, roughly. So I'm trying to stall. I'm stalling, for sure. Stalling. But I do need to get going, and yeah, so I will check in with you once I finish my run. Okay, I just finished that run and I feel pretty good. I ended up doing a total of 3.35 miles in 52 minutes and 23 seconds. Average pace 15 minutes 37. That's crazy considering last week on Friday was my long run, or I did it Wednesday, and it was 3.75 miles. I did in an hour and 2 minutes, average pace 16:40, and then Monday last week I did 3.25 in 53 minutes, average pace 16:16, and so today's was 2.35 in 52 minutes, 15:37 mile pace. So that's pretty good. My splits, so it was kind of an interval. So the first part of it was a 1 mile warm up, and I did that in 15:24, 15 minutes 24 seconds. So I challenged myself to basically not stop running and just run that all the way through. So I put the treadmill on 3.75, and that felt pretty good to warm up on and not stop running. So I didn't do any run walk in that first mile, which felt really good. And so the next two intervals were 0.62 miles or 1 kilometer, and then 2 minutes rest and 2 sets of those. So for the running portion of that, I challenged myself to run at 4.0 speed on the treadmill without stopping, and that felt pretty good. It was a little challenging, but that's okay. But it wasn't too hard. Like, I couldn't have kept going at that speed for very much longer, but I definitely did enjoy that. And so I did that for both of those intervals, and then the cool down was 0.9 minutes. I did at an average pace of 16:25. I was starting to fatigue a lot here. My knees kind of feel it a lot, so I think my knees just need to get used to the impact of running, and that will just come with time. And yeah, I am feeling pretty good. I did not film anything in my warm-up. I just didn't feel like it, to be honest. I just wanted to do my warm-up and be done. I am gonna go home, shower, have a smoothie. Oh, I have a granola bar with me, so I can eat this on the way home. I have that. And then I had my electrolytes. I'm waiting for this ice to melt. Had my electrolytes on while I was running, and that felt so good, and I'm so glad that I had those with me. So I have the Hydro Pack by Buff Chick, and I have Element, but I don't like the flavor of the Element ones that I have right now. So I just added some table salt to the Buff Chick ones because it has less sodium. And if you don't know, when you sweat, the very first electrolyte that you lose is sodium. So that's why I added the salt. Yeah, I'm gonna end this day here, and we'll see if I go to the gym tomorrow. Okay, it is Wednesday, so I did not work out yesterday, but that's okay. My goal is still to do 3 runs a week, and today's run is a 3.5 mile easy run, and then it says to maintain a 17:40 minute mile pace. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I kind of want to play with put the treadmill on a 4 speed for 3 minutes and then walk for 1 minute and just see how that feels and see if I can maintain that for the entire run. Honestly, I think I can. I could easily do the 3.5, and then my run on Monday, I was able to do half a mile. Well, more than half a mile. It was at 0.62 miles at 4 speed without stopping. So I should be able to maintain a 4 speed alternating walking and running for 3.5 miles. So I'm going to try that and see how that goes. And yeah, so I've got my electrolytes and my water bottle, of course. And I'm going to do my mobility and abs. I'm going to go in, get this run done. Today's Monday, and my last run was Wednesday? Yes, my last run was on Wednesday. So I don't think I actually recapped that run. So that was an easy run, and it was 3.5 miles. I did it in 58 minutes and 53 seconds with an average pace of 16 minutes and 16 minutes and 48 seconds per mile. And my splits were, the first mile was a 14:59 minute mile. Second mile was 17:42. Third mile was 17:40. And then the last half mile was a 16-minute mile pace. And I definitely started that out way too fast. And it shows in how my pacing followed through the rest of that. And also, I had eaten literally all of my lunch, all of my breakfast, and a smoothie by the time I ran that run. And that was just way too much food to have eaten before it fully all digested before I went for a run. So that is something I'm going to have to think about as I go forward with this training process. So today, this is kind of how it happened. I just finished work. All I've had is my breakfast, and it's like 1 o'clock. And that's a little questionable whether or not that's going to be enough fuel, but that's kind of where I'm at. I don't really feel like eating my lunch and then waiting to go for this run from here. So I'm just gonna have to figure out what the heck I'm doing with my nutrition stuff. So today's run is a 4.5 progressive long run. So first 2 miles are at a conversational pace. The second, third, and fourth half mile, so half mile increments, are going to be increasing by, so it's going to be like a 16-minute, 15-minute, 14-minute pace. It's actually going to be like 16:05, 55:55, or 15:55, 15:45. So it goes down by like, what is that, 10 seconds? Speeding up my pace by like 10 seconds every single time. So, and then the last mile is at a conversational pace. So I am going to get this run in, do my mobility and abs, and yeah, so this is going to be the third run of this video. So I just finished that workout, and I'm going to try to keep this super short and sweet because I am starving. I ended up cutting my workout short because I am so hungry. So it was supposed to be 4.5 miles. I did 3, and so the first 2 miles I did at 17:58 average pace, because I went way too fast. So the first mile I did at 15:53, and I ran that whole mile without stopping. So that's actually pretty good. However, because I did that, I ended up walking majority of the second mile. So that was at 20 minutes, 3 seconds. And then the third mile I did at 16 minutes, 55 seconds, which is pretty good. If I didn't overdo the first mile, it would have been better. But that's okay. I am so hungry, and I need to figure out what the heck I'm doing when it comes to when I'm eating, when I'm training, because I am running in the afternoon, because I'm not a morning workout person. I used to be, and I have been, but in this current moment in my life, I am not. And that's okay. I have tried to be like, I'm going to get up early and work out, but like the first thing in the morning, my body's like, I am not doing all of that work right away. So yeah, it's 3 o'clock now, so I definitely need to figure out food situation, because I still have to eat lunch. I don't even know. I am a little annoyed, but you know what? It's what my body needed, and it's okay. It will be okay. I did not need to push myself that last mile and a half if my body isn't fueled properly. And I know for sure that I need to do I need to fuel my body. If I'm going to run 26 miles, I'm going to need to fuel my body. And my whole training program is like over 300 miles for the whole 20 weeks. It is 345.5 miles total distance for this training program, and I use Runus. I am gonna end this video here. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. I post a day in the life productivity video, my fitness journey, and a travel video, and right now I'm currently working on my summer 2025 summer series, which is outdoor stuff, hiking, backpacking, camping, that kind of stuff as well. And then coming up after that, it's going to be a lot of cruise content. I have several cruises planned for next year, so if you're interested in any of that, please subscribe to my channel and help me achieve 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.